gorgeous. I'm the Fairy Voice Mother, and today I'm going to be reacting to The Hellfire by Lorna, a one-take vocal playthrough. Why is that, you may wonder? Well, it has been requested many times, but this comment here from one Stephen Phillips has tilted us over the edge. He writes, I'm recommending Lorna Through the Hellfire. This is a song that will melt your face off. His voice, otherworldly. His talent, the best. His growls, Satan himself, begging for vocal coaching from this man. The passion in those words could not be ignored. According to our friend Stephen, this is no lullaby. We should be expecting something a little bit gnarly, perhaps. I never know what to expect. The human being with all its laryngeal wonders will never cease to amaze me, so I'm going straight in with the specs here. I don't wanna miss a thing. I am mildly apprehensive. Here we go. It's a pretty logo. It's like trees. I love trees. We're off to a good start. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, no. I've made that mistake before. We might be safe. This sounds like an intro. Oh god, it's getting very distorted. Some foreshadowing going on. Fascinating. I've never heard anything remotely like it. What I think is happening here is he's shortened the vocal tract and lifted the larynx, and he's found this tiny little bit of closure in the chords to get a little bit of pitch. From here, he's engaging his vestibular force folds in a little bit of a flap, all in this high shrunken position. And although it does sound like he has lifted his larynx and shrunk the vocal tract, there also has to be enough space in there for him to have engaged the force folds in the way that he has. There's been no dropping of the jaw or movements of the tongue here. He's literally just creating these words by going, and I can prove it to you. It's a very similar sound quality as to when we do this. The source of the sound is obviously unchanging, but just by opening a little space in here, it's completely transformed that vowel sound from like O to A. So although the word is world, he's making it wowed. It's so casual. Yeah, okay, that's enough. Oh, I'm a bit lightheaded. Simmer down, William. Why do I feel like I want to cry? Why do I have a throbbing jugular? I just wasn't expecting that amount of variety. His demons come in all shapes and sizes. The larynx is lowered and he's widened the vocal tract slightly, so it doesn't have that very shrill high frequency to it anymore. It's a little bit lower, which is where you would expect this sound production to be, because if the vocal tract is bigger and the larynx is lower, it's a more spacey environment for the force folds to do the flappy thing, which is what creates this distortion. And then we descend good. It's got this really demonic sound quality to it, I think, because he's got his tongue in a held position. I think that's what it is. Do. Yeah. He's actually got some lovely resonance down there. It's more narrow. Whereas before we had everything wide and the resonance was kind of traveling up here. You can see how he's guiding that as well by keeping his chin down. And he releases it back up. So fast, it's amazing. His false folds are just such happy campers down there. They just behave. His larynx is so free to move to any position and his folds will just, they'll just keep flapping for him. There's no physical sign of struggle or overexertion here at all. And what that tells you is he's really managed to isolate this vocal process. He knows exactly how to control these very delicate little elements. It is not about force. It is about isolating the process and knowing exactly what to move where, being able to switch on the false folds and move the larynx kind of independent of each other. That is what is going to give you this level of variety. Incredible. Incredible. Oh my God, it's incredible. Another indicator we have to prove that he can just control his voice with such autonomy is the fact that he can do the lyrics so fast. When we have to pronounce lyrics quite fast, whether that's with clean singing or distorted singing or growling, we can very easily upset the vocal process. When you think that the tongue starts here, that's right on top of the larynx, and to pronounce the word the, for example, that's an extension and a build-up of pressure, the, and then a release. So you can imagine if you're singing oh, and then all of a sudden you need to say the, my voice is like, hold up, because these articulators here, like the tongue and the lips, are so extremely close to the party zone. He is managing not only to pronounce several different words with a lovely little set of vowels that he's chosen, but he's also able to do these really fast. He's rapidly moving the articulators and changing vowel shape, and the voice is like, try me, bro. Do whatever you want. I'll be here, steering the ship all the way down back home to Satan. It just works. Oh my God! No, so he wraps his mouth around that one there. Ow! Ooh! Oh, it's lovely. You can hear that on his low growls, the false folds flap slower. You can hear very, very clear pops between the little connections. But then it's so cool to have this really stark contrast straight after. Because you hear that the false folds are flapping much faster and the gaps between the little connections, between the crackles, is much smaller. And that would be because the process is happening in a smaller space. If you were to throw a bouncy ball against a wall and you were standing quite far away from it, it would take quite a while for that ball to come back to you. But if you were standing right next to it, then it would bounce back straight away. So when he's growling low, there's a big space in there, so the folds are having bigger movements. There's a slower kind of pattern, but then as he moves up the vocal tract for this high position, it's smaller, so the folds are coming together faster. Let's have a little second. This is absolutely incredible. I've never heard anything like it. The control. I just want to go in and have a look. Check it out. He shrinks the space and then retracts it. Ah! It's so creative, first of all, accessing those different resonating spaces, but even more amazing that he can move the tongue so freely and it just doesn't affect what's happening down here at all. When he wants to create an even more intense, high resonance, he just tightens a little bit more here, and I think that gives him a little more lift. And that is just a massively significant part of why he can achieve so many different sounds, is not only because the larynx is so independent to move while the folds flap, we know that, but also the very fine motor actions of the tongue and the soft palate and the cheeks and the nose and the jaw and all of these little areas that he's using to craft, kind of like to sculpt a beautiful, unique path of resonance with every vowel. Excuse you! Oh.
Thanks for watching.
That, William, is quite enough of that. What a creative, exotic, magnificent use of the human body. I can't even begin to compliment this young man. I'm astounded. When he did the little piggy bit, I absolutely love pigs so much. I think they're beautiful and smart. I held a piglet once and it's actually one of my fondest memories. This just takes the musical inhale to a whole new realm. Musical inhales just won't have the same kind of effect on me after this, because it doesn't matter what sound you make, it probably won't resemble a piggy. Most people just wouldn't even think about that just because they're just, I don't know, their pride. But he just proves, you know, that if you wait around long enough, one day someone is going to come along and oink at you. And today is that day. That must have taken an absolute ton of practicing and experimentation. I can just imagine him experimenting with like different larynx positions. What is the optimum amount of power for this part and this part and this part and this part to get everything to work? And he still had time to pimp his SM7B as well. We find ourselves in the presence of a king. I think I've said all I could possibly say about Master William of Lorna Shore. I feel incredibly privileged to have witnessed this display of human excellence. Oh, I love the internet. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If there are any singers of any kind you would like to see me react to, please do let me know. It would be my pleasure. Have a wonderful day. I love you so much and I cannot wait to see you next time. Mwah. Bye.